Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft, and today I have a very, very special episode for you guys. It's about time I do some Q&A caving. I'm actually running out. I'm running really, really low on iron. I want to build. I didn't even have enough to build an what's it called? The anvil. So I'm gonna do some caving because I need iron. And I asked earlier on Twitter for some questions. Ooh. Speaking of which, let me just go look at this real quick. I asked Twitter on for some questions earlier, and did I see that before? Hold on a second. What is going on over here? Okay, we're going to leave that for another episode because that looks interesting. I can't remember if I saw that dragon there before or not, or whatever the heck that's supposed to be. Yeah, Twitter has sent me all the Qs. I'm going to provide the As, but there's a twist. This time, somebody is actually going to be reading them for me. A very special guest. She's going to be reading them, and I have no idea what she's going to pick, question-wise. So it could get interesting. Anyway, I guess I'll just hop right in here, and you could say hello.
Hi.
And now you can start asking me some questions.
Okay. So this is from, do I say at?
No, you can just say the name. You don't have to say the
Okay.
at.
So, from Tilted Wings wants to know, what are the dreams you remember the most and leave the most imprint?
The dreams I remember the most?
Yeah.
I think we actually had this conversation not too long ago. Remember I told you I used to have, and I think I've mentioned this actually in this game. I used to have a dream as a kid that I would go to like those kiddie pools that you see, like those really shallow pools, and there would be like snakes and lizards and stuff climbing out of the pools. And I don't know why. And I always remember that dream, and it repeated itself over and over and over again. Yeah, that's my dream. Yeah.
Maybe you're a lizard.
I'm a reptilian.
So, this individual, what is that? Jade Terrell?
John Terrell, yeah.
No, there's no. Oh, John.
You can read the name instead of.
Actual name.
Yeah,
I was saying
read the names instead of that because that could get complicated.
Okay. Still a Habs fan or more toward the Leafs now? Also, sorry for taking Subban, but we love him. It's either Subban or Subban.
Subban. It's Subban. I think I missed some iron here earlier. I'm still a Habs fan. Definitely still a Habs fan. But man, do I enjoy watching those Toronto Maple Leafs. They have such a good team. It's really exciting watching them play. I wouldn't mind watching the Leafs win a cup. Even though I'm a Habs fan and we're supposed to be mortal enemies, I really wouldn't mind watching the Leafs win. Especially since my dad has been a Leafs fan ever since he came over here from Portugal. It would be so cool to see him like all excited and stuff if the Leafs won. Although, knowing my dad, he wouldn't get too excited. He doesn't get excited about too much, but I'm sure he'd be happy. Yeah, it's still a Habs fan. It's good luck with Subban. I mean, I miss him a lot, and I wish he was still with the Habs, but he's in a better place now, literally and figuratively.
You ready for another one?
Yeah.
Headtrip 206 has a head trip of a question.
Wow, clever.
He said, "Here's my Q. Now where's my A?" Clever.
Yep. Oh, okay. That was trouble.
T Snow Crash.
Okay.
Okay, there's a couple here.
Yeah.
He said, "What was your workhorse camera when you were a photographer?"
Ooh. My workhorse camera when I actually, what the heck? That's weird. When I actually was like working for a company as a photographer, like for the car photography stuff, they gave us a camera, and it was a silly little point and click, and I hated it so much. But when I started doing my own thing, when I got briefly into the real estate photography and did the car stuff on my own, and just the hobby stuff, it was the Canon 5D Mark II, and I still have it, and I don't see myself getting rid of it anytime soon. What was the second half of that question?
Since you collect retro SNES games, what is your top 3 carts?
Oh, okay. So I have, at this point, probably maybe 150 SNES games. I don't have... See, a lot of people collect... I want to eventually get them all. Okay, this witch is not dying easily. I want to eventually get them all, but I don't collect because a cartridge is valuable. I collect more because there's like games I used to love playing as a kid. So my top 3 would be games that I loved as a kid. Two of them are probably not super surprising, like Super Mario Kart. What's the other one? I guess I would pick Super Mario World as the other favorite. But one of them might be surprising. I was hooked on Uniracers as a kid. It's basically a racing game for unicycles, and it was so much fun, and I played it all the time. Ooh, this is a nice place. I played it all the time, and yeah, I have it again now. And I should really play it, actually. I have the SNES set up. I just haven't played it. So those are my top three. Two of them pretty surprising. Two of them not so surprising. One pretty surprising.
Next question, same guy. I don't know how appropriate this is. He said, do you have a modded SNES for HDMI hookup?
A modded SNES hookup? I don't. I've had them before. Like, I've had, like, the MAME stuff. I guess I haven't had it personally. I've tried them. People have had them. I like keeping it original. Like, I like the original games. I like the cartridges. I like inserting the cartridge into the system and then booting it up and not having just some sort of menu. I think that's what he's asking. So I don't actually.
Okay. Have you thought about doing some kind of content related to the retro gaming since it's an interest?
Is that the same guy?
This is, and then we'll move on.
Content related to retro gaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely tried, or I've considered playing like old games on my channel. The problem is I see people that play old games on their channels, and it never really does very well. As much as I love playing the old games, it's still a business. I still have to like use my time wisely, and I can't really justify spending hours on a game that won't get very many views. Although I guess I'm doing that now with a few of the games I play. But yeah, I've considered it. Maybe one day it'll happen, but I haven't really looked into it that seriously just yet.
Salsa Doom 76.
Who? Salsa Doom?
Salsa Doom.
Okay.
76 wants to know what your favorite muscle car is.
Ooh.
If you were a car, it would be mine. It's so muscly.
Okay, calm down. My favorite muscle car. That's tough. Would a 63 Galaxy count?
So somebody
muscle
actually
car?
responded to this.
Yeah, 69 Camaro.
Wholesale
69
virus.
Camaro.
Yes, 1969 Camaro.
That's what
was
everybody's favorite muscle car is. That's like a cop-out answer. I'm just kidding, guy.
Okay.
That's actually a pretty good choice. I don't know if I have a favorite. I will say, though, that I recently picked up the 63 Galaxy, and I love that car. It's got the 390 in it. It's not much of a muscle car, per se, but man, do I love the way it looks and the way it drives and stuff. I don't know. I guess I would pick, if I had to pick, it would probably be a Camaro or even like a Boss Mustang or something. Yeah, I can't pick. It's like picking children.
Christina wants to know, what's your sleep schedule like these days?
The time I go to bed is usually pretty late. It depends. I don't have like a set bedtime, but lately 100% of the time I'm waking up around 7:30. It's crazy. The time just changed. Like the clock just changed. It went backwards an hour, and I still get up at 7:30 a.m. every day, no matter what. It's like my body will not accept more sleep than that.
Okay. Timo Tasty Bacons.
These names are great.
What's your favorite time period in history, or what time would you like to visit?
Ooh, favorite time period in history. That's a tough one to answer. Maybe it's because we were just talking about cars, but I love the 50s and 60s just because of their just the cars that were like released in the 50s and 60s. They're just so interesting. I think they're like really artistic and stuff. I would love to like live back then and experience like seeing those cars for the first time. I think that would be a lot of fun. It like in all of history though, I can't really think of an answer right now. I think the best time is the current time because of all the wonderful technology and all that great stuff.
Okay. Or just because of me.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was going to say.
Okay, Eli, I can't say his last name and I don't want to butcher it. He'd like to know your foot size. I can answer this. You're
What
a
is it?
strong 13.
Yeah, absolutely. A strong 13? What does that mean?
I don't know.
As opposed to a weak 13?
You were a 13.
Yeah, I'm definitely a 13.
Who is your favorite NBA player? And that's from Herman.
Favorite NBA player? Current, like active NBA player? Ouch, I'm getting hit by
It doesn't
arrows.
specify.
Okay. Current is probably. That's a tough question. That is a really tough question. I guess I'd have to pick. I'm a Raptors fan, so the easy answer is DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry. I guess I really like Kevin Durant. You know what? I would pick Kevin Durant because I like his game the best. Like, I feel like if I was an NBA player, I would play a lot like Kevin Durant style than either Lowry or DeRozan. And if it's like all-time favorite player, I mean, I didn't watch Michael Jordan in his prime, but what I did watch was so impressive that I'd have to pick MJ. Like, it's the easy answer, but I have to do it. He was just so good.
Snap wants to know why vintage beef.
I get this question all the time.
Because you're so beefy.
and old?
Not yet.
Not yet, but getting close.
No.
So I was looking for a name, and I decided to like start combining things from my history. And I used to work for the meat department at a Loblaws, which is a grocery store if you're not familiar with them. And so that was sort of like the beef part, and the vintage part is because like it was back in the day. Like I used to do it, I don't do it anymore. So that was like the vintage part. There really isn't a huge deep answer to it. That's basically all it is. Ooh, get attacked here.
Mr. Fredsworth
Okay.
wants to know, how do you stay motivated?
That's tough. We actually just had this discussion. Today has been a tough day for me actually, and recently it has been. You'll go through like spells of not feeling super motivated, but in the end, I mean, you have to treat, even though this job is like honestly the best job I think anyone can have, you still have moments where it's like I don't feel like doing it, but you just got to work through. It's like any other job. You put in the work and you get the results. If you don't put in the work, then you're not going to reap the rewards. So yeah, I mean, it's all about doing your best. It also relates to another conversation that we've had recently, where I don't half butt anything. I full butt it. I'm using the term butt. Like if I do something, I do it, and I don't half do it. So YouTube is just part of that whole thing. Like if I'm gonna do YouTube, then I'm gonna do it all the way. I'm gonna make it a full-time job. Jesus, getting attacked. Okay, I'm gonna make it a full-time job and try my best at it. I'm not gonna like cheap out on it.
I dig. Ooh, Zexorb?
Sure.
I don't know. Alex, in brackets, I should have just said that. How's Bubba and Daisy? Any new bay? Anything exciting happening? Those are 3 questions mashed in one.
Gee, I wonder why you picked that one. Bubba and Daisy are great.
Why?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because, what do you mean why I picked that one?
Any new bay?
Oh, there's like a bunch in here asking
Yeah,
if you're...
Bubba and Daisy are great.
Don't answer the other one.
There is a new bay.
Really? I'll kill her. Who is she?
And what was the last part of that question? I'm going to keep this one brief.
I missed it.
Oh, it's okay.
I just scrolled.
That's fine. It's fine. Bubba and Daisy are fine. Daisy's been having like some really, really itchy lately. It seems like every time I talk about them, Daisy's going through something. And she really is. But she'll be okay. Bubba's great. Bubba's lazy as always. It's just his nature. And I mean, there's a new bay.
And then he wanted to know, is there anything exciting happening? But I found it.
Oh, anything exciting? Well, I guess the new bay is exciting. You're ridiculous. In terms of other stuff, not really. I've got some things that are in the works for like the personal life, but nothing too exciting. Nothing that I'd want to share with you guys today. Maybe one day.
QT_lady93. How long have you had the beard? It's not too long. It's just mid neckline.
Good joke. How long have I had it? I've had it a really long time.
Why do you hate me?
I don't. I've had it a really long time. I first grew it when I was 18 for a bet with my buddies. We went to the University of Windsor, and there was a $5 bet. That's right, $5 started it all. He bet me that he could hold on to his beard longer than I could. And I said, no, that's not the case. I won the $5. He shaved and he caved before I did, but I kept it. I did shave it afterwards, but then I think like mid-20s I grew it again, and it's pretty much been on my face in one form or another since that time.
All right, Jarrett M. With the current climate of YouTube, have you thought about switching over to Twitch like a lot of other people, or are you going to wait and see if things improve?
I have not thought about switching over to Twitch. I don't enjoy watching streams, so I don't think I would enjoy making streams. Is this skeleton invincible? There we go. I don't think I would enjoy streaming because I don't like sitting there and watching. I say this as I'm literally doing the thing that I say I don't like doing. I don't like sitting there and watching just like unedited gameplay, which is what's happening right now. But for the most part, I edit like 90% of my videos. I edit and cut the single player videos, I should say. The multiplayer is a little harder, but I edit and cut out the stuff that I don't want in it. And you can't do that with Twitch. And I just wouldn't enjoy doing it. I am considering other things like Patreon and stuff, but so far it hasn't come to that point. It might soon because YouTube is pretty disappointing lately. Like really, every time, by the way, I upload a video, every single day, I'm not even exaggerating, I get a video flagged as not safe for advertisers. Every single day. And because we get most of our views in the first like hour or two of the video uploading, and the video gets flagged in the first hour or two of uploading, we miss out on all that revenue. And it's a little bit of a bummer. Like you work hard for a video and then you have to like sit there, let the video accumulate views and not get paid for any of it. So it's frustrating. I'm hoping that changes, but we'll see.
Your content's a little risque.
Yeah, I mean, I said, what did I say today? Butt instead of V8. I don't half butt anything.
That's pretty wild.
That's pretty crazy. This one's gonna get flagged for sure.
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is funny. JJ wants to know, which provoked a question in my own mind as well. He said, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized ethos or one ethos-sized duck? I don't even know what that means.
Etho is another YouTuber. I'd rather fight one ethos-sized duck because having 100 ethos would be trouble. That guy is way too smart for me to handle on his own, let alone 100 of them.
Okay, would you...
So this is your question now.
In real life, would you rather have 50 ducks attacking you or 10 grown geese? 10 grown geese attacking you.
10 geese or 50? Like, are we talking Canada geese?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going with the ducks. Canada geese are lethal. They are dangerous animals and should all be murdered. Just kidding. I kind of like them. They're adorable.
Okay, let me find another one here.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of iron.
Rosie, what do you love most about your job?
The freedom is the best part. Like, I don't have anybody telling me what to do and when to do it. That is by far my favorite part of it. There are other things too that are great, like interacting with people, different people every single day, meeting all the YouTubers that I do and playing games with them. Obviously, the game playing part is fun as well. Conversely, there are parts that are not fun, like running into issues that have been plaguing YouTubers lately with the content ID system. That's always frustrating because you can't control that. But in terms of like the best parts of it, I mean, it has to be the freedom involved with it.
Mr. Fredsworth, what was your most embarrassing moment in school?
I mentioned this before. I went to school for Halloween once. I don't think I've ever told you this. I went to school for Halloween once dressed as a vampire, and I was wearing black pants, and my pants split like in the middle of the day. The pants split right down the back.
You probably like cut a little hole in them, bent over on purpose. So
why would I do that?
I don't know. Keep things interesting. Keep everybody on their toes.
Keep everybody guessing.
I think you're trying to say that's a cop-out. That wasn't embarrassing. You planned
What?
for it to happen. Maybe
That
the reaction wasn't what you wanted.
Yeah. Nobody was impressed, so I was super embarrassed.
100%. Come on, reel that back in.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I messed up. I think I clicked something on here.
Oh, should I fix it?
So I might need help. Ooh, no. Maybe. Hold on.
Okay, I'm in a little bit of a predicament here.
Okay. Baha Youssef.
Okay.
Did you ever beat Halo 5 after you stopped uploading it?
No, I did not. I did not beat Halo 5 after I stopped uploading it. I apologize.
Noah Larson. If you were a fruit, any fruit, what would you be and why?
I would have to be a banana, and I can't explain why.
Why?
Because it's weird.
Wait, why is that weird? Bananas are bright yellow. They're kind of cool fruit.
Okay,
They've
so
got their own protective sheath.
Okay.
I guess every fruit does.
Every fruit
tomatoes
does.
don't. Tomatoes are technically fruits, or are they vegetables?
No, they're fruits.
Technically.
I think they're fruits.
Yeah, right?
But they also have their own protective sheath. It's very thin skin, but it's still...
That's true.
Every fruit has it. I don't think there's a fruit that had...
No, but like you could eat a tomato just by taking a bite and be fine.
You could do that with bananas, too.
I don't really think that you can.
You could. It would just be terrible.
Okay.
You could do that with pineapples, but you'd have some issues. Oh,
You're not getting through a pineapple.
That would be tough.
Come on.
It would be tough.
I'd like to see it done.
Okay.
Ooh, Crimmy. If you could go back in time for the sole purpose of changing your internet name, what would it be changed to? And no cheating and saying, I'll take the name I already have. I dig it. I dig the question.
He's like backing me into it. He's putting me on the spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Change my name. That's such a tough question. First of all, it took me forever just to like find a name that wasn't taken. That's such a tough question to answer. So I'll tell you one thing though, and I think I've mentioned this before too. I started a channel before I had my official name. I started a channel and I found it had symbols in it, which is why I eventually decided not to use it. But it was Space Invader, and I thought that was a funny name. I thought that was a funny name because it's sort of like the Space Invaders game, but also like someone who invades your space. And I thought that was pretty funny. But I wasn't happy with that name anyway, so that's not really answering your question. I honestly would have to really think about this because I can't answer that. It took me forever to find a name that wasn't taken.
What about Northern Beef, like your college nickname?
I've had a lot of college nicknames. Yeah, I've had a whole lot of college nicknames.
Chris, there's 3 S's.
Okay.
Who is your favorite person to collaborate with? It can be a group. It can be groups too.
Ooh.
Choose an example.
Oh goodness. My favorite person to collab with or people.
Me.
Right. But besides you, let me think of a different answer. I really enjoy playing. I guess I would have to pick Pause. I don't know if the feelings are mutual. This is sort of like, I like him, does he like me? Sort of thing. But Pause is a lot of fun to record with. Because we've been recording games for probably 6 years now together, and he's just like, we mesh well. I clicked with him. I clicked with Pause. You know, it's me and him have a synergy about us, and I love him deeply.
F-U-Y-A.
Okay.
I don't know how to say that. Fuye?
Right.
Fuye?
Yeah, that sounds great.
What's your routine/diet program for getting healthy recently?
Oh, it's extremely simple. Oh, this Enderman is still after me. Very, very simple. I take in less calories than I burn. That's it. That's all it is. I try to just cut down on the calorie intake. There's other things too, but I've been doing that for a while. Like I don't drink anything other than water. That includes like pops, juices. I don't drink beer. I don't drink wine. But I've been doing that for a long time. But recently it's just been like, and making better choices too. Not just like less calories than I take in, but better calories than I take in too is what I've been doing.
Dylan Meldrum. What website do you use to record YouTube videos, and what do you use to edit?
What website do I use to record videos? Is that the question?
Yeah, what website do you use to record YouTube videos, and what do you use to edit?
I edit with Sony Vegas, and it's actually not a lot of people use Vegas anymore. They've moved on to bigger and better things. I really like Vegas just because I know all the ins and outs of it, and I can edit videos really, really quickly. I've tried different video editing programs, and I just can't spend the time to learn. all these new systems. If they were all similar, I'd probably pick a different system because Vegas definitely has its flaws. But I'll stick with Vegas until I can't use Vegas anymore. And as for recording, I don't use a website to record. I use OBS currently. I used Fraps for the longest time, but I have since moved on to OBS, and it works beautifully.
I think I accidentally hit something. Can you take...
Okay, hold on. Let me get inside. Let me just protect myself here.
Okay. I tried to fix it myself, and then I added a like somewhere.
Oh, no way. Okay. We're back.
What's the most difficult aspect of being a dog owner for you? Why did you choose bulldogs?
Oh, such a good question. Such a good question. I struggle with Daisy on a daily basis. The most difficult aspect is not knowing what's wrong. Like, Daisy will just scratch her ear. Her ears look fine. Like, they're clean. And she'll just scratch and scratch and scratch. And then I'll give her Benadryl. By the way, I don't recommend giving your dog Benadryl if you don't know how to administer it properly. You can't just give any Benadryl to your dog either. You have to. It's a specific one. Don't do it. Consult your veterinarian first. But yeah, that most difficult part. What? Yeah,
like warning.
The most difficult part is just not knowing when there's something wrong. Just not knowing what's wrong. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be dangerous. And then what was the other part of that? Do you remember?
Why did you choose bulldogs?
Because they're adorable. And if I had to go back and choose a different dog, I really would.
What dog? Because somebody actually asked that if you were to pick a different species. Wait, not species.
Different dog?
Different brand? Different type?
Brand? A different brand of dog.
I mean it like that.
Yeah.
A different, not gender. What do they call it? A different
breed.
A different breed. That's it.
That's the word you're looking for? A different brand of dog.
Oh,
I would pick a Nike dog. A different breed. Let me think. I had a Rottweiler, and I really loved Rottweiler. He was just a giant cuddly guy, and I think I'd probably go back to like a Rottweiler if I had to pick. Yeah, that's probably it.
All right, Matthew wants to know, what's your most memorable moment in your life so far? That's a good question. And
most memorable so far?
Yeah. I mean, aside from me.
Yeah. Aside from that, let's pick a different answer just because. Just because. Probably when I graduated U of T, actually, because I was the first person in my family and extended family to actually graduate from a university. I had an uncle that had graduated from college earlier. He was older than me, so he had the advantage there. But in terms of like university, I was the only person in my family to ever graduate from university. So that was a pretty proud moment for me, I have to say.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Stider, have you ever seen Etho's face?
I have not. I've seen pictures of what could be his face. He has never personally sent me a picture of himself, nor have I asked. So I can't be sure if that was him or not.
Robbie here said you should probably reword that with a laughy face, and I want to know, what should you reword it?
Oh, he's talking about the question. Like,
how did you say it?
I said, send me your cues and I'll give you my A.
All right.
Robbie knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Wow, there's another spawner here. That's crazy.
Ooh. Emma. Okay, I don't even know how to say that. I'm just going to skip that. What is your favorite food to make?
My favorite food to make?
Yeah.
Ooh. That is tough. I don't know that I make very many foods. I've made you some things, haven't I?
Yeah, a lot.
What's your favorite thing that I've made for you?
Chicken.
Oh, I make the chicken salad a lot. But that's like a cop-out because I buy the salad like it's a bagged salad.
We made like homemade that KD that one time.
Yeah, that macaroni
bomb.
and cheese was pretty good. Something I make regularly though, I would say I really like making. I think. I don't know if I make anything. Chicken. Anything with chicken is good for me. Like in terms of taste, I love chicken. I love rice. I make chicken and rice a lot for myself. So that's probably my favorite thing to make, and I make it all sorts of different ways with all sorts of different spices. So that's probably my favorite thing, just because it's so dang delicious.
You're very handy in the kitchen.
I'm handsy in the kitchen, is that what you said?
Handy?
Okay, that's a lot better.
What? Okay. Hockey forever. When is the last time you have suited up for goalie?
Oh.
I feel like you're always trying to keep me away from you, so every day, really. I think kind of.
So it's like naturally,
Yeah.
I'm like trying to keep the puck out, but instead of the puck, I'm just trying to keep you out.
Wait, no. Like when I call you my cat and you're always pushing me away.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. The last time I suited up was probably in my teens, honestly. And that's sad to say because I really liked playing hockey and I really like being a goalie, but like you grow up, that sounds mean. You just grow up. You grow older and you have different responsibilities. So it's tough to like find time to go and play some hockey. I have played basketball more recently though, but not hockey.
What do you have time for right now that you spend a lot of time doing? I don't know.
We're gonna leave. No. No, I've mentioned this before.
Hobbies are you
I've mentioned this before.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm kind of like I kind of get into. I am into. I'm into like aquariums and fish keeping.
I feel like you didn't want to say that, so anybody listening to that's gonna be like, what are you
No,
into,
I've mentioned
man?"
it before.
Yeah, but just how you answered it now, there was so much build-up behind
Yeah.
that. You didn't want to.
Yeah, that's true.
How
Yeah,
am I
that's
gonna
true.
go about this?
They're probably like wondering.
Aquariums, fish. I love fish.
I really do. Like I enjoy the whole thing and making sure everything's running properly. And I've recently gotten back into it in a big way.
Yeah, but you're really good at it.
Thanks. I try. I don't half butt anything.
No, you don't. You don't. Trevor, I like this question.
Okay, is this gonna be the last one? Let's make this the last one.
Fine.
Is it good as the last question, or you want another one after?
No, I think this is a good one. Absolutely. But will you?
Okay.
Okay. He wants to know, what was your actual nickname in college?
Oh man,
We just discussed this.
This is
It
gonna
was
be-
Northern Beef.
No, it wasn't. This is gonna be really disappointing. I didn't have a nickname in college. Maybe that's why I always make that joke because I feel bad.
What do you mean you didn't have a nickname in college? Goodbye.
Because I lied to you so many times about my nicknames.
Thought we
No,
weren't lying to each other anymore.
I didn't actually have a nickname in college, which maybe that's why I make that joke. I subconsciously am disappointed that I didn't have a nickname, and I make up all kinds of stuff. It's so sad.
I've given you tons of nicknames.
Yeah, you have,
Yeah.
but I'm not in college anymore.
No, you're in adult life.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be it. A big thank you to you for reading out the questions for me. This is a lot easier with somebody reading questions when I don't have to look over at the screen and read them while defending myself from an onslaught of mobs.
No, I do so much for you.
I know you're just fantastic, and hope you guys enjoyed it. I ended up with that's a lot of iron. I mean, that's a decent amount of iron. I even got some diamonds out of it, a little bit of gold, a little bit more gold, and some lapis. I think we did pretty well. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. He's got an enchanted bow. Okay, he's dead now. Bye bye.